Welcome to NFL Talking Points preview week 4 of the NFL 2021 season with me, Jamie, we've got Adam and Brad here, and this is not here again, shock. He's on holiday getting tattoos, so we move on.
Swords.
Swords, you know look up Charlton third kit this season is what they've got there, but
yeah,
we moved. That's one for you. That's one for UK listeners. We moved. Thursday night football. We have an absolute stinker. The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to the Cincinnati Bengals, and Jaguars fans, if you like a bit of torture, stay up and watch it because you're going to lose this game. I've put 28-17 Bengals. I was very kind to Jaguars because they're big in the UK. And nowhere else.
Are they big in the UK?
They're the second biggest behind Dolphins, but I'm trying to make them feel good about themselves. They've got nothing else.
It's because they've got such little support in the States. They keep having home games over here.
Yeah.
One of the home games I'm lucky enough to attend.
Yeah, bloody hell. But I stayed up for last Thursday night football because it was my team. If a neutral stays up for this, they need shooting because there is nothing worthwhile about staying up to watch this. You know, AFC.
I am off on Friday, so I might take one.
Get an early night. Rest. Yeah, you deserve an early night. There's no reason. I want to watch the highlights, to be honest. And whoever gets this game has got to review it next week. I feel sorry for him, and I'm sure it's going to be.
I'll give it a dig.
It's all of us.
First game back.
Oh yeah, he could be back, but yeah. I mean, is there a way the Jaguars actually win this game?
No,
Brad, you go first.
No. I think. Bengals put on a good show against the Steelers. And yeah, who would have thought the Bengals are going to win 2 games in a row? I mean, Joe Burrow is gonna show Trevor Lawrence how to do it at quarterback. I've got the Bengals to win this one by 2 possessions, 28-14, light work.
Yeah, I think all around we've all agreed that it's going to be a 2-possession win for the Cincinnati Bengals. I've gone exactly the same with Jamie, and that's before even seeing his score of 28-17. I think, again, perhaps I'm just being too generous to Jacksonville or hoping that James Robinson will actually get given the ball. That would be nice for the fantasy, especially in the huge derby matchup on fantasy football, but I'm not bothered if I lose that, honest. And Jack's also gone for a Bengals to win 26-10. I think we just all agree that although Jacksonville, 1 minute they look like they can do all right with the passing game to Marvin Jones, for example, they then go and overdo it, and then they just give the defense turnovers galore. And I think the Bengals, if they won at Hinesfield that comfortably, there's no reason why they can't beat Jaguars at home that comfortably as well. So yeah, I think a clean sweep for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, if the Bengals want to be serious about competing in the NFL, they've got to beat useless teams like the Jaguars. But so if they don't, they're the classic.
The slip up against the Bears was bad enough, but I think that they bounced back well. And they've got to find that consistency now.
Moving on to the Sunday games, we start off with the Tennessee Titans traveling to another laughing stock in the NFL, the New York Jets. I've been very kind to the Jets. I've tripled their score. Wait, no, I've not even tripled. They had 0 last week. I've given them 3 whole points this week. Very kind to me. They're actually going to get to a field goal. I think they're going to miss one, but I think they're actually going to get one this week. So they're not totally embarrassed, but still embarrassed. Their fans, as you said on the review show, if you want to check it out, be on SoundCloud or the reviews on our YouTube channel. But yeah, pain for the Jets fans. And I'd be surprised if any turn up, because it's pointless. Again, useless Jets. They're going to get 3. Titans are only given 24 because the Jets defense is okay. But yeah, could be 5, 6 interceptions. It's pathetic. It's waste of time. Absolute waste of time, Zach Wilson. Yeah, pain for the Jets.
Oh, you are savage, Jamie, ain't you? I've backed the Jets to get either a touchdown and a missed PAT or 2 field goals. So I'm giving them 6 points.
Oh, double in mine. Wow, nice.
Yeah,
generous.
Tannehill and Derrick Henry going to be obviously far too strong for Jets defense. I've given Titans 28, so 28-6 to the Titans, and 2 points for correct teams to win.
He's banking on these 2-pointer there.
Needs them.
I mean, Jack's even gone higher than you two. He's gone for the Jets to get 7. He backs them to convert the PAT, which is
wow,
really, really generous of Mr. Disley. Obviously, the old cocktails. I had to word that really carefully there. It was so easy to slip of the tongue to his head there. He reckons the Titans will win this one 28-7. I've gone even more generous, and I've gave the Jets 14 points. I think the reason being, is I've just got too involved with the stats here, gents, and I just think that the Titans, obviously, as you both know, are the worst ranked defense in the NFL, and I just think that when, like the Panthers game, where it's a bit too late, Wilson eventually will get a couple thrown right, and in front of the home crowd, the Jets need to see their team get a touchdown at least, surely.
Home crowd. When's ever been a crowd for the Jets?
Well, you get a few blokes with this literally the Jets hats that we've seen before.
Statue of Liberty glasses.
Yeah.
Imagine having a season ticket to watch it. Like, it must be horrific.
Yeah. From the Titans' point of view, just quickly finish up the scoring. To say they've obviously got that Arizona defeat out of their system, and what a perfect road trip for their fans. A sort of nice weekender in New York, and the strength of, obviously, you think Julio Jones against the Jets, Derrick Henry. I mean, 30-31, you think it's got to be a minimum if the Titans are going to prove to be a threat for the playoffs.
I think they can play their seconds and win this game, but
yeah.
There's nothing nicer I can say about the Jets right now. Next game, we've got the Kansas City Chiefs, who are looking to bounce back from their Chargers humiliation at home, travel to the Philadelphia Eagles, who are also looking to bounce back from their own demoralizing loss to the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to lose again. The Chiefs, whenever they come back, normally off a loss, they fight back a lot. Obviously, Chargers are too strong for them, but they should have a lot more than the Eagles. So I've gone 38-17 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Big scores.
Big scores indeed, Brad.
You're backing Mahomes to get touchdowns after way through the ball against us. To be fair, all banter aside, I am backing the Chiefs. Yeah. 31-24. I don't know why I've gone that high for the Eagles. But obviously the Chiefs defense is a little bit shaky at the moment. I think it'll be one of them where the Chiefs will be in a comfortable lead and the Eagles will they'll come clawing back. It's about time now that the Chiefs, especially with receivers like Tyreek Hill, they get going and start pulling out their trick plays that actually works, rather than ones where they get absolutely slammed by Joey Bosa. So yeah. 31-24 to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair analysis. I've gone for quite a similar scoreline: Chiefs 35, Eagles 24. I think the only reason that I've gave the Eagles 24 is because that Chiefs defense, for their standards, what Andy Reid desires, it's just been dreadful so far from a defensive point of view. And if the Eagles offense was stronger, it would be a lot closer game. But I think they've been sussed out in weeks 2 and 3 now. And I think there's no way the Chiefs can play that bad like they have done in weeks 2 and 3. If you're going to get right back up there in the AFC Championships, Super Bowls again, you've got to turn it around now. You can't have 3 defeats on the trot. And these road games are where you've got to get your momentum back. So I think that you can't, surely Tyreek Hill can't go missing again. He's going missing, Jamie, more often than Todd Gurley is now. This is a scary thing. Disney's gone for a similar scoreline of 34-14. So we all expect the Chiefs to get the bounce back from the consecutive defeats.
I mean, we all said that about the Chiefs last week after they lost to the Ravens, but
yeah. But I think the difference is, I think you can at least see with the Chargers what they were doing. I know it was a magnificent result we were shocked about, but you can see that they were you said, Brad, that they're very capable, but I'm looking at this Eagles offense and I'm thinking, if you struggle that much against Dallas,
it's not obviously
not Chargers level.
It's not Chargers level, is it? I mean, I do want to see Devonta Smith sort of live up to his sort of rookie reputation, but I think he's not got there as of yet. But we'll see.
Next, it's my Carolina Panthers, who travel to the Dallas Cowboys. I've gone for a Cowboys win, 24-20. I backed the Saints and the Panthers won, so I'm backing the Cowboys for a Panthers win.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, we've got
that's what he's doing.
CJ Henderson, AJ Boye, Dante Jackson to take, to cover what CD Lamb and Murray Cooper. Like, it should be. It'll be an entertaining game, but low scoring one. I've gone 24-20 to the Cowboys. Yeah, it's going to hurt just one because I really want to beat Dallas. But in the 2015 season, we went there when we were at 8-0-1. So we'll see if we can recreate and win in Dallas. I've got hope, but for the sake of predictions and a fiver, I have gone for the Cowboys. To be totally honest.
Yeah, I mean, I've also backed the Cowboys. I think obviously McCaffrey's going to be a huge miss for the Panthers coming up for a few weeks. But I think it'll be close. I've gone 27-21 Cowboys.
Yeah, I've also gone for a very tight one possession scoreline. I've gone for Dallas to win this one 21-17. I think, like you mentioned, Brad McCaffrey being a huge loss. I think it's all very well surviving against the Texans, but you're coming up against a much more powerful offense, and you've got a quarterback who's healthy for now and is starting to really find his stride. And I feel like that, as good as the Panthers' defense is, I just don't think their offense is going to keep on the field long enough. But it looks like that Mr. Dizzy in Cyprus perhaps knows ball better than us, because he reckons the Panthers are going to nick this one 27-24. So I think this will probably be the only time ever that Jamie will be happy that Mr. Dizzy's right.
No, I don't want him to win. So I much rather take
rather Panthers lose.
I much rather go 3-1 than see him happy. Another NFC South team, the New Orleans Saints, who welcome the Giants. I've gone for 3 Giant field goals. Graham Gano is still there. Can't really be still a professional kicker in the NFL, being how useless he's been for years. Cost us quite a few games, but it's fine. What kicker hasn't cost the Panthers at this rate? Against Saints. Saints should win this one. I've gone 24-9. Do I need to explain how bad the Giants are? Their only good thing is running, and the Saints D-line normally stops the run against bang average running backs, and Saquon Barkley is slowly falling into that category of just above average running back, and the Saints should easily deal with him, and that's it, easy. 24-9 to the Saints.
Yeah, I've gone for an easy win for the Saints as well. Their running game's too good. Alvin Kamara, far too good. Giants, hopeless, useless. Running out of words to describe them. I've gone 35-7 to the Saints.
Yeah, there's not much more to add to that. There's just nothing really inspiring about the Giants. Dan Jones has not been able to really get Kenny Golladay going. And I think that's all the Saints need to do defensively is A Kenny Golladay in the secondary. The other receivers like Sterling Shepard are just not up to the standard consistently. And the rush defense for New Orleans, as Jamie's been highlighting, has been magnificent. And let's face it, Saquon Barkley's not at the standard. So I've actually gone for probably the highest score from a Giants point of view. I've gave them a mammoth 10 points, but the Saints are going to get 23. And Jack's gone for a comfortable 2-possession win for the Saints, 21-7.
Cleveland Browns travel to the Minnesota Vikings, both searching to continue after their wins last week. I really didn't know which way to go because obviously I love Kirk Cousins, but I've given the Browns the win, 34-28. I think the running game is going to be too hot to handle for the Vikings defensively, and Baker Mayfield might throw 1 touchdown, but apart from that, it's just going to be rushing touchdowns galore for the Browns, and Vikings have to rely on Kirk Cousins too much because their running game isn't up to the standard of their quarterback. But yeah, I've gone 34-28. A spirited Kirk Cousins just defeated to the
that good. So he's that good. That good. He's 1-3. Brilliant. MVP worthy.
I'm backing the Vikings.
Yeah, I would have, but
I think obviously the entertainment package of the NFL. 2 very good wide receivers in Thielen and Jefferson. I think obviously the Browns, it'll be their running game against the Vikings. Kirk Cousins throwing dimes to Jefferson and Thielen. But I've gone a close game, 27-24 to the Vikings.
Yeah, I've gone for my first of quite a few overtimes this week. I've gone for the Browns to win this one 30-27 in overtime. So I think it'll be a close game because you've got the threat of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb from the Browns' point of view. And then you've got the receiving threat from the Minnesota Vikings. I think both defenses can make big plays, but do concede quite a lot of points. And I don't think there's that much to separate them. But when the Vikings, it comes down to special teams and their kicking, this is where the reason they've got 2 defeats in the first place, because they've been let down right late on. And I think it's literally going to be who can come to that clutch play in overtime. And I just think Browns will run the Vikings into the ground. So I've gone 30-27 overtime. And Jack Disley has gone for a much more low-scoring affair. He's gone for a 17-14 win for the Browns.
Next is, to be fair, I did, before predicting this game, it is the Detroit Lions against the Chicago Bears. I did look up when the last 0-0 was. And I thought, surely, and I thought to myself, as I was typing, these two aren't that good defensively either. So I sort of went, not a low score, not a high score, but like a medium. And I don't even know how I've come to the conclusion the Bears will win, but I have 17-13. There's nothing behind it. Just had to pick a score. I would have gone 0-0 if I could have, but
you could have.
I could have, but I went for a tie in the first week because I thought the Eagles were as bad as the Falcons, and that backfired. I couldn't. I didn't have the balls to do it again. But my God, what a poor game! Thank God it's just on Red Zone. We won't see this game. We won't see this game once on NFL Red Zone. It'll be one of those games where they're like, "Oh, by the way, this game is on. We're not going to show you touchdowns because they're all horrendous." But okay, thank you. You know, it's going to be that standard where they're like, "We don't even want to show this. NFL highlights will not even have highlights of this game because no one wants to see it." Imagine you've got a team with as 1 passing yard last week coming against the Lions, who just can't win a game to save their lives. Like, why? I'm surprised this isn't Monday Night Football. To be honest, I want this on prime time. You know, because UK fans don't deserve to even bear our eyes on this. I want this on prime time so I can just be asleep while it's on. To be honest. So, yep, I've gone for a Bears 17, Lions 13.
I don't think I could top that, to be honest. I'm also backing the Bears. I'm going 21-17.
Oh, that was the most incredible preview I've ever heard. I've actually gone the opposite. I look at it and I think the Lions are so bad that some of the Bears, but one of them's got to win a game. And I think if the Lions are ever going to win a game, this is the game for them to win it. Because I think that Bears performance, I just can't believe the rest of us are predicting the Bears to win a game after having total yards, 1 passing yard, and that you think that's going to win a game. Surely Jared Goff and the Lions have got enough to beat the Bears with that O-line and Justin Fields being that bad. If not, the Lions will go 0-17 official. So there's not much to separate them, but I've gone 24-21 Lions. And Jack, well, he must be absolutely canistered predicting this because he's gone for a score fest of 28-17 to the Bears. How?
I think it just shows us what we think of the Lions, that we think the Bears actually win it. As I said, I would have loved to go 0-0, but I bottled it. But yeah, let's move on. Fuck that. I don't even look at it on my phone anymore. I'm actually going to scroll so I can go past it. There we go. Next is the Houston Texans travel to the Buffalo Bills. They're going to get absolutely destroyed. They're going to have 2 field goals. Brandon Cooks is going to break his leg. And 38-6 to the no, sorry, Brandon Cooks, but you took one for the team. You've been too successful the past 3 weeks, and the Texans aren't allowed to have success. As your general manager's proven, trading out all your good players for the past 6 years. So because of those 6 years, I've given you 6 points, and the Bills 38 points. So unlucky. Enjoy the bottom with the Jaguars of the AFC South.
Yeah, to be fair, I've also gone for a similar score. I've got the Texans to get absolutely walloped. Bills, Josh Allen, masterclass again, incoming. 35-7 to the Bills.
It's actually scary that this is a matchup, Steele versus Josh Allen. I mean, it really is just chalk and cheese. And I think you look at what the Buffaloes did to Washington and Miami, as Jamie says, so-called good defenses. What they're going to do to an ordinary defense that is the Texans. And I think, to be honest, it's one of them games like you so often see where poor teams get more points than they should, because the Bills are just going to make so many changes late on where it's literally going to be second and third choices, late third, early fourth quarter. So I've gone 45-21 to the Buffalo Bills. And Jack must have sobered up when he predicted this one, because even he's got this one, I think, right. He's gone 38-10 to Buffalo.
Next, another AFC East team, the Miami Dolphins welcome the Indianapolis Colts. A tight game. I think two very good defenses on their day. Again, I'm thinking you've got Jacoby Brissett coming up against Carson Wentz. Like, I mean, you wouldn't pick either. You prefer just to have no one as quarterback, to be totally honest. Carson Wentz hasn't won a game in 8 while starting. Jacoby Brissett, has he ever won a game? And he is a former Colt. That's the only reason why I've given him the win. I've gone Dolphins 20, Colts 17. It's Jacoby Brissett revenge game. That is literally the only title I can think of this game. There's nothing else that I can give this.
It's not even going to get clicked, is it?
No, that's why it's like pointless.
It's funny you say that, Jamie, because I've gone for the reverse. I'm back in the Colts. Late little Blankenship field goal through the sticks. Might buy a t-shirt if that happens. Off Blankenship store. So I've gone reverse. Gone reverse of Jamie. 2017 to the Colts.
Jack's gone for a low scoring affair. I think he sees it that, well, it's a Bleacher Report job. I'm trying to do him justice here, but basically that there's not much talent in the quarterback department. Both teams don't score that highly, and he's gone for a 14-10 Dolphins win. I've disagreed, and I think the Indianapolis Colts will win this one 31-28. So back-to-back 31-28 defeats for the Miami Dolphins. I think the only reason this game is going to be high scoring is that both defenses are not as solid as they should have been. And I just simply think that it will be actually turnovers galore. When you look at Carson Wentz, ain't looked good for a few years, and Jacoby Brissett, well, I mean, if you're a third choice in New England, that really does say, a bit of a journeyman, and he's only playing because Tua is injured. So the Colts, I think they're pretty much Lions level at the moment. They've got to win at some point. So I'm desperate for prediction points and just to win for the 5 or once. So I'm hoping that this could be my 2-point correct score.
We shall see. Last game of the early 6 o'clock UK
sorry
time.
to interrupt, Jane. Before you carry, just saying, I'm just looking, because I've got the list in front of me. God, there's some shockers in the early games, isn't there?
It really is. It's have a little nap, isn't it, before some good games come on, because it's another cracker that we've got. Washington football team still deciding their name after feels like 400 years they've just been called football team. Travel to Atlanta Falcons. I mean, it really is bad this way. Who made this in the NFL thinking like, yes, week 4 is going to be a cracker. Let's start off. You know it's going to be bad when you start off with the Jaguars Bengals. That's the Thursday night football. But yeah, Washington Falcons. Yeah, I've gone 17-16 Washington. Again, no thought behind it. I just don't want the Falcons to win. And I don't think Washington will score more than 17 points. So that is, again,
expert analysis.
No expert analysis there. But yeah, up the Washington football team.
I think Taylor Heineke is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan. Outrageous shout. I know, but I'm backing Washington to win on the road against Matt Ryan. I'm going 24-17. No other reason apart from I genuinely think Heineke is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan at the minute.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that, to be honest. I mean, the Falcons, they've got such a nice stadium, and yet they've got such a dreadful team that plays in it week in, week out, well, every other week. Again, it's going to be another snore fest. I just hope for the fans that are there that it's got a good bar, good food in the surrounding area. It's a shame it's not like Vegas where they've got a nightclub in one of the end zones, because I think the fans would need it to liven up. Again, not much in it. I just think that both teams are just so poor, but I just think the football team, defense, as I say, when they're not facing anyone of the caliber of Josh Allen this week, Matt Ryan always gives you a chance. And I think their defense have got enough to make one play to settle this absolute boring waste of time game that also won't feature on Red Zone 17-14. And Jack's gone basically nearly identical with a 16-13 win to football team.
Yeah, absolute crackers. All right, let's hopefully we're awake still by the late game window when actually some good games come on. It's a big NFC West matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Again, I say every week I don't like the Seahawks. No offense to their fans, but just is what it is. I've gone for a 49ers 21-17 win. I think Russell Wilson's going to do his best, a couple of touchdowns, but that defense just won't stop the run. And the 49ers defense have been quite solid this season so far. So a nice 21-17 win for the 49ers. 1-3 Seahawks, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, Jamie, you've basically just summed up what I was going to say. So I'll be nice and short and sweet. 28-14, 49ers.
Jack's also carried on the trend, and he's gone for 21-17 to the 49ers. I've broken the trend, and I've gone for the Seahawks to win this one 35-32. I think this often sums up Seattle when they look down and out, and then they somehow find a way to win. I just don't trust the 49ers this season. There's something about them that it just doesn't feel right. I feel like they've got that sort of Spursy bottleness in them where they should be winning games and they lose them late on. And I can just imagine Russell Wilson doing a late drive to a Lockett or Metcalf and stealing a win that they shouldn't have. And plus, I'm desperate for prediction points. So I had a feeling everyone else would go 49ers. So if Seattle are going to remotely survive the NFC West, they've got to beat divisional rivals 49ers, because I don't think they're close to the Rams this season. So 35-32 Seahawks.
The Arizona Cardinals travel to the LA Rams. Rams and Cardinals both 3-0. This probably is going to be the Sky Sports game. I wouldn't be surprised. Two great offenses going head-to-head. Cardinals probably edge. Actually, even defensively, they're both pretty well matched, really, both stacks on both sides. I've edged it only because of Cooper Kupp, and I like Stafford. So I've gone the best team at the SoFi Stadium, the LA Rams, to win 28-24 over the Arizona Cardinals.
No, to be fair, I'm not even triggered because
I really do try.
I'm not even triggered, to be honest, because it is true. Let's be fair. Even though Chargers do win some games at Arrowhead. Yeah, I mean, both teams 3-0. I just think the home advantage for the Rams will pay dividends again. So I've gone 28-17 to the Rams.
Decent scoreline. Jack's gone for a 2-possession win for the Rams, 31-21. I've gone basically similar. I've gone 37-28. I think the Rams are just too good offensively, and I think that they've got 3 brilliant receivers as well. Stafford seems to be protected well by his O-line. And I think this is a game where the Cardinals will have their moments. I wouldn't even be surprised if they led this one. But I just think it's one of them where I just don't think that their defense is as good as the Rams. And I think that you could have it where Kyler Murray's just under too much pressure, Aaron Donald, I'd say Jalen Ramsey, and then they nick this one, the Rams 38-27. But it's going to be certainly a close matchup. And I think that probably you have to say that the NFC West will be the closest division in the entire NFL.
Yeah, they could easily have 3 teams going through to the playoffs as well this season. Both teams could easily nick a wild card place, coming second and third in the NFC West. So we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Green Bay Packers. Steelers 1-2. I've got them down to go 1-3. I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's just going to be a slogfest between Big Ben and Aaron Rodgers. I've gone. It's at Lambeau. Rodgers. I've actually gone for a closer 31-27 to Green Bay Packers, but it's a dub for Packers and Big Ben out.
Hold on. Sorry, Brad. I know you're waiting to do yours. How have you got this game so close? Since when Big Ben been compared again?
Watch it. Don't you worry. Watch it. You'll see. Those 2 points be coming my way. I'm going to get that score spot on.
Please take over.
You're off your head, Jamie, mate. You are off your head, fella. Pittsburgh stink. Big Ben stinks. The only positive for Steelers at the minute is probably Najee Harris. They're an absolute laughing stock. Juju's probably making TikToks about their L's every week. Aaron Jones is going to absolutely dominate the Steelers. I've gone 34-10 to the Packers.
I think that's a much more accurate scoreline. I mean, Jax probably gave the Steelers defense credit because they don't concede too many and's gone for Packers to win this one 24-10. I think that at Lambeau Field, that Green Bay got that horrendous performance against the Saints out of their system, consecutive good offensive performances against the obvious Lions, and then 49ers this week just gone. You got, like you mentioned, Devontae Adams, Robert Tonyan, and of course, running back Aaron Jones, who is probably one of the best road zone running backs in the whole National Football League. The Steelers, again, their running game will probably get them competitive for a little while. But then watching Big Ben try and run and throw like he's a Patrick Mahomes is just going to be low. There's plenty of points for the Packers defense and turnovers. So, yeah, 35-17 Packers. There's no way the Steelers made this a close game. Unless you're Jamie, of course.
We shall see. When they go 27-0 up at half-time, that'll be absolute scenes. They're still going to lose, though. But
I'll still be asleep from the Lions-Bears game, so I won't know.
Yeah, God, I watched that. It's awful. I'll still be asleep from the Bengals game.
What would you do? Sorry. What would you do if Lions-Bears a Sky game?
I'd cancel my Sky membership there.
Yeah. The Baltimore Ravens travel to the Denver Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater's finally going to get found out against an actual above average team. Ravens, please, I'm begging you, Baltimore, please knock the stuffing out of Teddy Bridgewater. I can't be having this 3-0 and them thinking they're a good team. They're not a good team. I'm sick and tired of seeing Von Miller dancing on the sideline. I've had enough of it. Just rough him up a bit. I know you've injured about 20 running backs, Ravens. Just run the ball and just knock out Von Miller. I don't want to see him dancing. I don't want to see Teddy Bridgewater smiling. I've got another injury to wide receiver. They've only got like one wide receiver, the Broncos. They can't surely win this game. I can't deal with it anymore. I don't want them happy. I'm done with the Broncos. 3-1. On we go. Up the Ravens.
Did you get the impression that that was a salty prediction? Why so salty?
Yeah.
27-17. I've given them 17 points. I've been very kind. I'll be shocked if they got double figures though. But
incredible. Brad, how'd you say this one going?
Well, the Broncos are finally playing a decent team, aren't they? Let's be fair. I'm backing a very close game, purely just based on the Ravens' edgy performance against the Lions. I think it's going to be another edgy one. Justin Tucker's going to come in clutch. I've gone 24-21 to the Ravens in overtime.
Oh, big prediction. Well, me and Jack have gone exactly the same score. He's gone for a 20-17 to the Broncos, and I agree with him, but I reckon that this is going to be in overtime. I just think it swings around about with these close games. The Ravens have had a couple go their way, and I think that this is time that their one goes against them. I can see it being 17-all after normal time. Ravens get the ball, start off with Lamar, but Lamar can't help himself and does a wild throw, intercepted by Von Miller, and then Teddy Bridgewater will set up a game-winning drive, and then, of course, McManus will do what he does best, being one of the leading kickers in the NFL, and then you see that big Teddy grin, the Von dancing, Super Bowl 50 vibes. I'm going for a 20-17 overtime win, mile high, going wild. Perfect stuff.
I thought you said you wanted to be close in predictions. You're just getting further and further away from what's actually... This is why you keep giving everyone else fivers, because you're making ridiculous decisions.
We'll see. I think the stats back it up. As far as I'm aware, it's the Broncos that got the better record than the Ravens.
They play worse teams. Come on.
That's got to be what's in front of you. Teddy time. He don't do INTs anymore. He's left that horrid franchise that made him feel unhappy. He's now in a place where he's appreciated, better crowd, more intimidating atmosphere. You know what I mean? It's a team that's got history of winning Super Bowls. You know what I mean? He's got it all. Yeah, like he's way now, and it's looking good for Denver.
I never want to wish injury on anyone, but I was very close. I was very, very close to that one. But no, I tell
Before
you,
you said about Brandon Cooks breaking his
yeah,
leg.
but that's the Texans. They're used to it, aren't they? But no, Teddy, wish you all the best. Just don't let.
I think
You're lucky. That's fine.
Oh shit.
No, that's gone. I can't that day. That can't be in. Sunday night football. We've got Adam's New England Patriots hosting Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's back in Foxborough against Bill Belichick under lights. Sunday night football. Needs 85 yards to be the biggest passing yarder in the history of the NFL. It's only going to be one way, isn't it? He's just come off a loss. They then went on and won 8 games straight after that to win the Super Bowl. 31-17. I've given Patriots 17 points, which I thought was very kind, but 31 points for Tom Brady and the Bucs.
Tom Brady's used to winning at Foxborough, isn't he? So, sorry, Adam.
That's a good line. I like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Adam. I only state the truth around here. I've also backed the Patriots to get 17, so me and Jamie are on the same wavelength.
Nice.
I don't know why I've gone the Bucs to sort of get this low, to be honest. Brady's going to get 85 passing yards in 1.5 throws, so I've gone 28-17 for the Bucs.
Yeah. Adam, any way the Patriots can win this game? It could be built. It's obviously built up as Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick, but
it's not even going to be close. That's the scary thing. I think the whole week build up it's just going to be cringe, embarrassing for New England. There's nothing good to come out of this. If it's 28-17, I think that's at least a bit respectable. But despite the Bucs' defensive problems, they've been talking to experienced free agent cornerback Richard Sherman to try and solve their issues. I think the issue is that the play calling and what's in that Patriot offense is nowhere near the standard of the Los Angeles Rams to take advantage of it. So we know exactly what Brady and the Bucs can produce with the passing game, even if their running game is useless, whereas with New England, it's all useless. And it's just written in the stars for him to not only win, but win convincingly. Skip Bayless is going to be unbearable on the Undisputed. And I think it's just going to be embarrassing because I think the Patriots defense is genuinely top 10. I think they've not done much wrong, but they're just going to be constantly on the field and will get worn out by all the different options Brady has, even with a few injuries. So I'm going 35-10 to the Bucs. And so 1-3 start for New England, and it's going to be serious pressure on the trio of coaches with Bill Belichick. Matt Patricia, drop McDaniels because it's just not good enough. Diz has gone for a lot more optimistic. He's gone for a 27-24 Bucs win in overtime. To be honest, I'd rather lose convincingly, like the three of us have gone for them, for it to be that close, because that would just be heartbreaking. I'd rather just get slapped early on, and all the fans can travel up back to Boston.
Is there any hope?
No hope.
None whatsoever.
No. because I know you're probably thinking Super Bowl 51 vibes, but there's nothing to go off. The Patriots are not capable of getting 4 touchdowns, and you need that as a minimum to compete. And the only reason we got 25 was because it's the Jets. Mac Jones didn't even get a passing touchdown against the Jets. The alarm bells have been there for a good few weeks, and it's just getting worse. We got torn apart by the Saints, and the Saints are not a patch or on Tampa Bay. It's just going to be embarrassing. I'm reluctant to start for it because it's such a huge occasion, and plus I've got a lot of sleep from the Lions-Bears game, but it's going to be a depressing show, and it really is from New England point of view. But from Bucs point of view, they'll bounce back 3-1, and then like the Chiefs, they'll be on that charge for always the NFC Championship.
Or do you accept that even though you spent the most in free agency out of 32 franchises in the NFL, you spent so much money to then be 1-3 after 4 weeks? Surely more questions need to be asked, more of the coaches than.
I don't think there's any. To be honest, I think the damage would have been done. You're not catching Buffalo after the start.
No,
I think that it's to be honest because the free agents could come good eventually, give them, as I say, remainder season to build on it. But if there's no signs of improvement, I think there's got to be big changes in New England. I think you've got to have it where you've got to have younger coaches with fresh ideas with the younger players. You can't have these old ways that are just not working. The playbooks that are there's all this talk about this sort of expansive playbooks that are complicated, and it don't look like it's really anything. It's just like, I'll give it to Nick Folk and he'll kick a field goal, and we'll hope the defense can do something spectacular. It's awful to watch. It's so tedious.
Yeah. Okay. No hope then. That's fine. I was really trying to get just one bit of, is this your reverse psychology like I keep doing for the Panthers?
No. Genuinely, I would love to silence Tom Brady, but it's just so fitting, isn't it? You just cannot see it the other way around. It just doesn't even feel right. Whereas it feels right for him to go back and win, and then he would have beaten every team in the NFL. It's just, it's served on a plate for him.
I think the only hope that you've got is that he forgets for a split second who he's playing for. Monday Night Football, last one. It is Brad's Chargers who travel to the. No, they don't. They don't travel anywhere. They're at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. I've gone for an overtime. I've gone for a Chargers victory, 27-24, and they will be top of the AFC West by the end of Monday night.
I mean, I'll take that, but I don't think my heart can take the late drama again after the first 3 weeks we've had. Despite Derek Carr being the top passer in the NFL, Herbert's going to overtake him by this time next week. I'm backing my team. First win at SoFi in front of fans, 28-21.
Dizzy's gone for quite a low scoring affair. He's gone for a 20-14 game. I don't see him being like that. I think the two offenses are just too good. And I think that there's not much to separate them. I think the difference is the Chargers with Justin Herbert are more capable of producing clutch drives to win a game like they did at Arrowhead. Not sure if there's been any clips of Brad mentioning it, but that's what they did last week. But yeah, I just think there's not that much between the two teams. They're probably inconsistent but entertaining to watch. And I can see it be overtime where Herbert just does an unbelievable drive. He's linking up with the receivers, Allen, Williams, and then you've got an old school reliable tight end in Jared Cook. And then you could just see Austin Eckler punching it over the line for another impressive Chargers win. So I've gone 36-30 in overtime.
Are we going to finish with a little update on the scores for the listeners?
Yes, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, go on. Let me just get what's
happening. Do you want me to waffle? So yeah, each week we give our predictions. We send them into Adam before anyone else sees each other's. 1 point for the correct team, who then win, and then 2 points for the correct score. I don't think anyone's got 2 points yet so far.
That's how good we are.
After 3 weeks, but scores on the doors.
Yeah, so week 3 results. It's another win for Brad. He got 12 out of 16 correct, which I think is a very good return. Jamie, you had another good week after your week 1 disaster, 10 out of 16. And me and Jack at least got over 50% and got 9 out of 16, meaning the total league table after 48 games. So we're all getting over half. That's it. So it's not dreadful, but I'm a bit too close for comfort. Brad's got 30 out of 48, so he's in the lead. Jack's got 27 out of 48. Jamie joins him on 27 out of 48. And then it's me, last, like in most things, 25 out of 48. But as I say, it's a very long season, so I'm hoping to be getting a couple of these fivers back